okay?
Yeah, okay. I'm not wearing my reading glasses, but it's good enough.
Right on. So how you been?
Really, really, really busy.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I've been looking at a lot of the stuff that you're involved in, and my gosh, I don't even know how you could possibly have time to do all the things you're doing.
It's nonstop. Like 4th of July, man. I was invited to Henry Pensie's house. The first movie I ever did, he saw me there. I was there to do stunts. And that's whose house I went to on 4th of July.
Holy mackerel.
And it was crazy. I felt like old school. It was all young, pretty Hollywood people. I felt really out of place.
Yeah.
But it's those things you got to do for business.
So, Mike, we're gonna do an introduction thing real quick, and then I'm gonna introduce everybody and introduce you, and then we'll go on.
Right.
So, give me 1 second. All right, welcome to my dad's movie podcast. I'm Mick Johnson. I'm the dad. Tonight, I don't have Tabor with me as usual. Well, no, not as usual. Usually he's here. Tabor's out. I do have two of my sons with me. I've got Nicholas Johnson in from Hawaii from school. I've got Alec Johnson.
Hello.
In from Provo from school. And we have a really, really special guest tonight. Usually on the podcast, we talk about directors and movies, but tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. Tonight I'm going to talk to an actor who is in so many things, it's unreal. We're talking to Mike Ferguson tonight.
How's it going, Mike?
Hey, what's up, guys? Great to see you.
Yes. So, yeah, I like I was saying, I was looking at your IMDb and looking at some of the stuff that you sent me and the videos, and I'm like, there's only 24 hours in a day.
Man, look, I got no quit in me. If somebody asked me to do something a long time ago, I made a decision with myself to consider everything.
Yeah.
Never say no. It limits you so much, and I said no to so many things in my life.
Right. Well, that's a good way to do it. It's getting you work.
I mean, that's it. I mean, everybody, the perception is, look, I mean, there's nobody going to make you famous anymore. Nobody's got cable anymore. I grew up the traditional way with those outlets serving me. Kurt Russell's my idol. Ash, what's happening is we're not getting those opportunities. We're actually getting more of them, but not studio-wise.
Right.
The indie scene is really taking over right now. YouTube is crushing, modern-day movies, what we know as. But the indie scene is taking off like a phoenix, man.
Yeah. Well, I've just kind of recently gotten into the indie scene. My sons, they've been involved in making like short films and stuff for quite a while, and so they know about the indie scene a little bit in Idaho and Utah.
Well, I mean, look, if you look at Showdown at the Grand, that was an indie movie. That was not a studio movie.
I just watched that today.
Yeah, I hope you liked it. That had a lot of messagey stuff for us old folks,
Yeah. No, I thought it was great. I had a good time with it, and I thought you did a fantastic job.
Well, thank you. That director is such a great guy. I did a movie with him back before COVID, like in 2019, 2018. And it was for no money. It was very low pay. And I showed up in the middle of nowhere for him and made something out of nothing. Orson Obowitz. So when he got that movie, I was already booked on another movie called Camp Pleasant Lake.
Okay.
I was supposed to be like 10 days on that. I was on a cruise taking my last vacation I've had in 4 years. And I get a call from Orson, hey, I got a job for you. It's with Terrence Howard, Dolph Lundgren. Let me know. So I had to call and cancel the horror movie. And they're like, no, we'll work around your schedule. I was like, God bless.
So you got both jobs.
I worked on both those movies at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And I lost days on both of them because of that. But I had really good roles in both. I mean, Camp Pleasant Lake, Bonnie Aarons from The Nun is my mom. And Andrew Divock from Wishmaster is my dad.
Oh, really?
How cool is that, man? I'm a fan.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that was a good year. You know what I'm saying? I think I was in 22, 23. I got to shoot the flood in Thailand, and with Nikki Whalen, Casper Van Dien. That was 6 days before that movie shot. They literally hit me up on Facebook, David Hillian. He's like, "Hey, would you do this 2-line audition for me?" I'm like, "Sure." He's like, "I need it ASAP." So I did it. He had it Sunday morning at 6 a.m. And he's like, "Would you fly to Thailand and do this role for this price?" I'm like, "You're out of your mind." And we negotiated, and I was on a plane getting the script 6 days later.
Okay.
And filming as soon as I got off. Great experience working with Nikki. I've worked with her a couple times. I've worked with Casper a couple times since then. Lewis, I've done 2 or 3 movies with. Some of the greatest people that help share. Casper Van Dien helped me make moments in the flood.
Why does
Just a
Casper Van
gracious,
Dien sound
great-
so familiar?
He was in Starship Troopers, Rico.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Rico's Roughnecks, man. I'm an official Rico's Roughnecks.
Yeah.
Living all my childhood dreams, man.
Yeah.
So that's
That's
it. Is
awesome.
I will get up and go do whatever it takes. Last year, I competed in Beast Games with my wife and some of the YouTubers I work on YouTube with. We lived in the arena in Vegas for 5 days, no showers, co-ed bathrooms. My wife ended up making all the way to second place.
Dang.
Now
Wow.
is that, hold on. Is that what you've been watching on YouTube?
So we were watching stuff from Topper Guild, but Topper Guild is kind of similar to Mr. Beast in that he does the little game stuff. But Beast Games,
Mr. Beast has 400 million subscribers. Beast Games was his partnering with Amazon.
yeah,
And it was the #1 show for 4 months in 82 countries.
yeah,
It was so that we got a lot of heat off that. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, look, here's the thing: is you want people to know you so that they'll believe you when you're trying to sell them something. That's what all of this is.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was a huge wrestling fan growing up. I went to every Comic-Con. I used to go to every Fangoria convention. For 3 decades, I collected movie props and art. And when I got into acting, I got rid of all that stuff, and now I just collect my own movie.
yeah.
Right on.
That's so cool.
I got 5 movies coming out this month, Joe. 5.
Yeah, I saw that.
All varying budgets, varying genres. You know what I'm saying? And it's the month after that, I got quite a few coming up too. And I mean, that's the thing, is that they're doing well because they're all symbiotic. My YouTube career is symbiotic now with this movie career, because a movie Camp Pleasant Lake 5 years ago wouldn't have done very well. You know what I'm saying? But it trended for 2 months on Stars.
Well, your YouTube career also is just like taken off. Like I see you in literally everything now. Like
Yeah, every large creator. I mean, that's the thing, is I got everybody needs a dad or a grandpa, and I am the YouTube toughest nails dad or grandpa.
yeah, I'm always seeing videos. It's like world class bounty hunter going after a criminal. I'm like, yo, I know that guy. Like we met him in California. I was like, this is so cool.
It's a rinse and repeat. And so it's funny because when I go film these things, like I'll have a camera guy with me, or not, or they're using iPhone or whatever. Kids recognize me, and they're mobbing me like I'm the Beatles. We were shooting Griffin Observatory, and it's spring break, and mad amounts of kids. We had to quit filming. Then we're at Santa Monica, same day, mob. It's all on my Instagram. Hollywood Boulevard. That's all organic. That's not like literally. It's something. I was in Vegas at a hotel pool, trying to have a nice vacation last year, and the Stokes twins had a video I think was blowing up. It said 180 million views in a year, 24 minutes. They went up 100 million subscribers after that. Not saying I did it, but I think a little bit of my sauce was stuff. And I just did a video with them. I went up to Lake Arrowhead for 3 days. God bless them. And did another video. And I was at Slab City last week with them. This week I got a little easy. I'm only working 2 days this week. but everything else has been 5-6 days a week. I directed a Biohazard music video. I think I talked to you that day. Your son had reached out to me, and it was a Sunday. I went and picked the director up from LAX. We had a nice breakfast at Denny's, and then I directed the narrative and did all the stunts with my stunt team for Biohazard for their new song. Lead singer broke my hood. Yeah, he's like, "Can I stand on your car?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, bud. Yeah, whatever." And my door, and my it's whatever. It's making me look for a new car. God bless. But even my weekends, you know what I'm saying? Like you guys, yesterday I had something going on. Friday I had to go to 2 parties on 4th of July, 2 different filmmakers. And Henry, whose house I went to, is Gronk's. He's a bunch of NFLers manager, but he produces movies as well. So, man, it's just nonstop.
Yeah, you're just always working. Like, I just saw you had sent us some clips from the $1 Squid Games versus $10,000 Squid Games with Topper Guild, and I was looking at that.
Yeah.
Literally just came out a day ago and already has over 2.4 million views, and I'm like, that is wild.
That's what I'm saying. If you look at so I'm a big wrestling fan, but it's what they got is not a good product no more. On Netflix, with a $15 million budget, they can only pull in 1 million viewers. Topper Gill, and in 8 days it goes to 2.7. In 8 days, I'll be at 10 million.
Yeah.
And that's every week on multiple channels.
Yeah.
The brands are starting to understand it. I did a brand deal with Ally Bank, Unconditional Ally. It was on billboards all over the East Coast. Ray-Ban Meta pulled me in last year. I shot. They only used a couple of the photos, but God bless them how much they paid me. You know what I'm saying? The brands are starting to understand it.
Right.
Yeah.
And the distributors are very much understanding it. I did a bunch of movies in the past year, and I got a portion of the back end of each one of them. They were smaller budgets, and I worked with my partner, David Mitch Parks. And so I got pieces of all these movies now, and I can help move them around the board because these distributors know me, and I can show them pinpoint where I'm trending through Google Trends,
Right.
or even Flix Patrol. I can show them streaming numbers.
Yeah.
So it's not the age of, oh, this is what I am, and they're just going to throw money at advertising. That doesn't work anymore. They're recognizing brands. The new world is people are brands.
Right.
You know, I just did a brand deal I worked on one for Nickelodeon. That drops next week. I was at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
Oh, wow.
I just did another brand deal. I'll say who it is, but I can't say who I did it for Disneyland Hong Kong. Okay.
Okay.
And then I did another brand deal for Lego before that, one each week.
Wow.
So
You're just kind of involved in everything.
that's exactly. I mean, that's the point. I mean, it's not by chance. You know, I started realizing it's not by chance. I mean, look, this is. God bless anybody that thinks I don't go after it. You know what I mean? 'Cause I will take, like I say, any call. I'll pick somebody up from the airport, let a lead singer jump it down in my car, break it, not get mad, and finish the job.
Right.
Yeah.
Next time, I won't let him stand on my car. You know what I mean? But I did voiceover for that same director for a movie called Weep, which, you know, it's got a great cast, and I'm literally the voice of the bad guy, the Grim Reaper. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like literally I do this favor here, he does this here. You know what I'm saying? That's really how the world works. I mean, the whole world is being as good as person as you can and taking care of everything you say you're supposed to do or done. You know, and I think that, you know, look, I raised 3 daughters. My youngest is 22. I've been married to the same person for 26, 27 years. We've been separated for 4 or 5 years. That's not in it. You know what I'm saying? That's been pretty much things. We got remarried 2 years ago, a year ago. She's still the love of my life. We don't live together, but she's still the love of my life. I'm traditional. I don't party in Hollywood and do all that. I focus solely on work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you something I learned, boys. If you can just focus on work, laser focus on that, you could do anything in the world. There's distractions, family distraction, things, all kinds of things. When you start honing it down, you are capable of anything. Look, I became a full-time actor in my late 40s, covered in tattoos. I went from being the bad guy they pulled out of the box, like I was telling you guys before we started the interview,
Right.
to doing children's content and advertisement for banks. That is a crazy 360 within an 8-year period or 9 years or whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, if you're doing kids Nickelodeon stuff, yeah.
Well,
Look, what the YouTube stuff is very much like Nickelodeon. It's Nickelodeon without all the creeps. And that's what, I mean, that's what it is. All the middle people got taken out.
Right.
These are 22-year-old young men that one of them I've been working for since he's 19. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, yo, you're going to need a producer. You need some distance between me. Like, I help these kids. Like, yo, the ones that I've been with for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what this business is. Everybody's trying to take advantage of each other. I ain't trying to do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make cool content, stay relevant, and have a good time.
That's right.
And hopefully with my friends I've been working for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
So how long have you been acting now?
9 years, I think. Nine years.
Okay. And before
I
that,
went full-time in 2019.
you were a tattoo artist.
Yes, sir.
Do
yes,
you
sir. I
still-
owned tattoo shops all around the United States for a minute. For about 20 years.
Okay. So do you still do that every once in a while, or you just...
Yeah, I just tattooed somebody. Yeah. Yes, I do. Occasionally I work at shops, but tattooing's so different now. Just yesterday, I tattooed somebody at my apartment.
There you go.
And it's only people. It was a sound guy I've done 4 movies with.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I worked in various shops. There was one in Koreatown. I worked in Los Angeles. There was one in North Hollywood. I worked out on and off again. But yeah, I did a whole business. I could tattoo next to a pool.
Nice.
That's how portable it is now.
Yeah,
Everything is single use. Everything is disposable.
Right.
You're at more risk going to the dentist. I can literally go on the roof of a building and tattoo you. I don't need power supplies, plugins, anything.
Right.
It's a different world. So I enjoy that. But not very often, honestly. Acting keeps me super busy.
Right.
Yeah. So for a lot of these YouTubers that you work with and stuff, are there any of them that like you knew beforehand, or was these are like people that your agent found, or did they find you, or like how did that work?
They all found me. So I did a pilot called Manhunters in 2020. Me and my wife separated in 2019. This company I did the TV show Death Squad for in Armenia. Also a movie, which I just put on my Instagram. It was a TV show and it got licensed. They offered me my own show in 2020 prior to COVID. And it was ripping off Patty Mayo playing a bounty hunter. Now, I've done bounty hunting in real life before. I owned a tattoo shop in Temecula. One of my good friends owned a skip trace right down the street from the jail. So we got work. But it's not something, it was cool and exhilarating once or twice, but it's not something you want to do regularly.
Yeah.
They offered me this pilot, and they're like, hey, you in Tawana? I'm like, we're separate. They're like, all right, the show gets picked up, we'll kill her off. Hand to God. But so we do 3 episodes, and then I've got to go film a Western with Diamond Dallas Page up north. So we do these 3 episodes in 2020. I go fly up to this Western literally 3 days into the COVID hits. And where I flew into, San Francisco, is where they were giving away like candies, like lollipops. Now, whatever you believe or don't believe, at that time, I didn't know anything. So I had to go back. Oh, when I get there, me and the wife got back together. The wife's like, yeah, I want to separate. I'm not. I was like, okay, I'll move my out. After the end of this movie at the end of the month. 3 days later, I'm on a plane back sheltering in place in Corona, California. And I moved out with the guy I did the pilot with. The guy that I slap on my Instagram that's viral.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was another creator. And I get this pilot, and I'm like, look, the first day went terrible. Nobody was a DP. I have the president of Associated Television International. I have the president of some other company as DPs and a sound guy. Second day, I'm like, all right, we got a DP. I was like, I'm going to have to hit you. He's like, okay, do it, Mike. And so that's a real slap.
It looks real every time I see it. I'm like,
yeah.
oh.
And then I lived with that kid for a year, made 3 or 4 movies out of our small place. And Yeah, that set off. So YouTubers found me on TikTok. That went viral.
That's awesome.
The show was picked up while the riots were going on. The show was picked up by the licensing company, 13 one-hour episodes. We were going to film in December. COVID flared back up, and it wasn't advertising money. It was deep pockets. It was a very, very cool billionaire that liked me. So they canceled that shoot. But again, Ryan Prunty found me. And I blew up, went viral in 2020 and 2021 on his channel. He had 1.3 million subscribers, then a pod with 22 million subscribers total. So I worked on all their channels. Then this young man, Topper, 19 years old, wanted me to take my character I built on this channel, it was my character from the Mike Ferguson, and take it to his channel. So I had to talk to them. It was a little weird. I was working on both channels. Then I started working at the time, Topper Gilt's girlfriend's channel. So these guys I was working with less, now I'm on with Topper Gilt 6 days a week for almost a year. Through the holidays, everything.
Dang.
It's a 19-year-old kid just blowing up.
Yeah.
He quit high school when he was 17 years old, went full-time TikTok, did it. When I got with him, he had 2.2 million or 2.5 million subscribers. Now he has what, 70 million?
He's got something like that. He's got quite a few. I'd have to look, but
Yeah.
the fact that the fact that he's getting 2 million views in a single day on a video, it's like, you know.
Yeah, bro, he just got repped by William Morris. They came to the set house to watch me jump rope across the pool.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he's got 70 million subscribers. You're right.
Yeah, so he just hit that. Congratulations, Topper. You're the best. Yeah. All big ups, homie. Hey, I just got, look, Shutters, I've been working on that channel for 3 years. I just got his name tattooed on me.
Nice.
For his channel. We're all friends. We make kids content. There's nothing malicious to what we do. There's no weird fighting. Everybody knows we're doing something nobody's ever done. And we're doing it in numbers nobody's ever seen. And we're doing it on a weekly basis all over the place. And I've been consistent. It's not a fluke. It's not a one-time thing. It's an every year thing, every week thing, every month thing. So it really helps raise my profile with families and people. And then to take a look at some of my content. You know, with Showdown the Grand, that was Mira Howard. She put up $1 million for that movie.
Dang.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's Terrence's wife.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to have 1,500 screens, but Hollywood's a weird place now. The strike happened, and it got 4 screens. And those were all 4 walled by Terrence. I went to the Nashville one, no, Memphis, and sat there and got drunk with Terrence and all these other rich people on the roof of a building with a magician while they talked business. It was awesome.
And you get to say that you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, here's the thing. Is acting the smartest thing for someone to do? No, especially if you want a lot of money. Acting's a changing business now, so you have to understand that it's not one platform you have to hit on. You have to hit on all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's your job as a person, actor, brand, to do that and to figure out why you work and what makes you work. And that's a new world today. Yeah, I get to speak in some acting classes sometime. It's awesome. Because go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say that's pretty cool. I was curious. So when you kind of got into the acting business, was it kind of focused more on movies? And do you find your career kind of shifting a little more towards YouTube type stuff and these other things that you're talking about?
No, absolutely not. No, I'm doing a lot more mainstream stuff now too. I just did the last thing you told me with Jennifer Garner. The guy who played Jamie Lannister was sitting next to me on set.
Oh, wow.
I had an Emmy Award winner in my back seat, and I just did ADR for that. And I saw the scene. It's stupid. But beyond that, I just did a featured role on BET. What the hell was the name of that show? American Trap Queens, Gangsterland or some shit. Anyway, But I also just did a movie called Night Patrol that is coming to AMC and being handled worldwide by Paramount or Universal.
Oh, wow.
I'm a racist vampire cop, along with CM Punk,
Hey,
along with
I know CM
Dermot
Punk.
Mulrooney, along with Justin Long.
Wow.
There's Flying Lotus in this movie, Freddie Gibbs, YG the rapper, the list after list and name after name. I was 11 days on a 16-day shoot.
Dang.
So, and I'm dressed in all my bounty hunter See how it all ties up with a bow?
Yeah.
I'm literally walking into the projects, yelling orders, putting in my custom metal fangs, yelling for people to put them on with my knee pads, with my same pants, with the gloves I wear on YouTube. Only thing's different is my top, and I actually own that now. So
Nice.
Yeah, that's
but
so
so it
cool.
all ties together with a bow. Everybody gets it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
YouTube's not my priority.
Yeah.
Movies and television are my priority.
Okay.
But less people are watching television. Do I want to go and do a television show that only 1 million people watch? No.
Yeah. No.
That's no. Do I want to do a play that no one sees except 5 bears in the woods? Absolutely not. That's just me. Excuse my language, but that's just me doing stuff for myself. That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't get stuck. I want to keep moving with the times. And I want to understand why things are changing. And I want to add to them. And I want to make the movies and the moments that I remember from the Kurt Russell movies, Big Trouble in Little China, or Soldier, or all these other movies. I'm making those in these movies and all this stuff. And they're literally homages to all of it. Look, I was a huge Tim Thomerson fan. I've already crushed his career. Straight up. I love Tim. I got Tim tattoo on me. But I've already done way more movies and been at a higher level than Full Moon. And Charles Band's great and all that, but I know most of the actors from those old series. Is it where it was the creators that took control of it, and they're enjoying it, and some of the actors are, but that's changing.
Yeah.
I own big pieces of all these movies I'm in. Not all of them, but quite a bit of them. You can work 1 million shows, 1 million movies, 1 million everything else, but unless you have equity, you don't have
Yeah.
And that's where I get the most out of is I can't get any equity in YouTube. That's their channel.
Yeah.
If I want to focus, do my channel, I'll do my own. Where I focus is the movie game and raising my level and my visibility and the people around me.
Right.
Now, as soon as Beast Games ended, I started a movie called Last Hit. This little producer, she's the greatest little girl in the world. She used her last bit of her college tuition to make an action movie with me and my wife, because she saw us make another movie, and she saw how much we loved each other. And I love that woman more than anything in this world. She's crazy, and she's my crazy, and I am going to change. But this woman had a script written for me and her, and that story trended on Variety for 3 days.
Oh.
Me and my wife for this indie movie that had a YouTuber in it, an executive producer of 5 of my movies, an actor himself, Randy Karach, and one of the guys from Stranger Things. They flew themselves out from Canada. They flew themselves out from Florida. Hell, one of them stayed on my couch because we all want each other to win.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It takes a village. It ain't one person. And all the heat I got don't mean unless I'm helping my friends around me.
Right.
You know, and the ones that are helping me back.
That's kind of one thing that I've really noticed about the indie scene is a lot of the people that are in it, they're all kind of in it together. You know, when one wins, we all win.
That's 100%, but it's with anything. Look, during the SAG strike, I did a SAG film for 2 weeks in Vegas. That movie just came out called Desert Dawn. That's with Kelly and Lutz, Cam Giggin. Chad Michael Collins, God bless him. They made 5 Call of Duty figures after him. He's literally in that damn game.
Wow.
He's also one of the leads in a movie called Sniper that trends worldwide on Netflix. And he hires me in that movie, and I bring my nephew along because I'm a scumbag, because I got a gambling debt to clear. But I did that as a Vegas local during the strike on a sad film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did like 4 or 5 movies during the strike. It's literally, there were vouchers. I didn't get the Sylvester Stallone movie. I auditioned for Armored, and they pinned me for a quick second. And if I would have taken that, I wouldn't have done the Cam gig in that movie and Chad Mike Collins.
Right.
I saw Armored. I'm really happy with the decision that I went with the way that I went with that. I wanted to work with Sly, though. Really.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one thing that you said that like I was literally just talking about with someone is how you said you're evolving with the times. I was showing you're in a Fall Out Boy music video, and Fall Out Boy is like one of my favorite bands, and we were talking about how a lot of their fans were like, oh, they've changed and like they like their older stuff, not their new stuff. But like it's the mindset that you have that you got to evolve with the times in order to keep getting the work, keep making the content that matters to you and that matters to people.
100%. Look, I was music videos were a big way for me to get seen in the beginning. I'm the lead in music and Disturbed. I'm the evil one, and Hey You literally come on down on a biomechanical arm. It's crazy. If you get a chance, look at it. But Meek Mill and Drake, Christina Aguilera gave me a title card. I sat at the end of her table.
Wow.
When she did for the South with she was singing in Spanish during the South American push. I've literally been the objects of desire for young 20-something in the music videos. Weird, I know. Daddy issues. But it's been, look, Travis Scott, I had a push in the only white guy in the whole video. I had a portrait. I got to look, and I knew that would take me far. So I didn't say no to anything. I would consider everything.
Yeah.
Now I see the budgets going down and stuff like that. And with as much heat as I got, I don't give myself away for free. And guys, I'll let you know, I haven't had time. I've missed so many podcasts, so many things because they tried to schedule me during the weekend. It's just bro, I didn't have any jobs this week till yesterday and today. That's how it comes. Somebody hits me up, I'm never stressed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then if I'll hit somebody or I'll tattoo somebody. Life is easy. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you decide, when I saw Dad and his son, I was a huge fan. I'm a very traditional guy. Like I said, I have 3 daughters. My youngest is 22. My oldest married a high school sweetheart. They live in Portland. Middle kid lives in Colorado. Doing all their stuff they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
And so when I saw Dad and son, it's amazing. And I want to support that. And that's why I'd rather go. And I saw you guys have a very good network from Spotify to whatever, And so that's why I was like, yeah, I'd love to come and support this. I haven't talked to anybody in a minute, so.
Yeah, well, we appreciated that.
Yeah, when you replied to me, I was like, I doubt Mike even remembers me. It was like a 1-day shoot in California, and I was like,
bro, but that was crazy. That shoot was, I had to bunk bed with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. Like, I will remember that shoot my whole life. It's funny because, look, I don't get in fights very often. I really don't. It happens occasionally.
You just look like you do.
I got attacked by somebody last year that I had to get a restraining order on.
Oh, wow.
They punched me, and then, long story for another day. When I came and shot that, I had just been at a premiere at Man's Chinese Theater. And we did the after party, and there was an older lady who's a good friend of mine. And we've been friends for years, no hanky-panky, none of that stuff, friends. And her ex-boyfriend was there, so I went and talked. She's like, keep an eye on him. They had a volatile relationship. So I go up to him, because I'm a little brash, of course. I'm like, hey, bud, please, if you would, this is her night, it's her movie. Be respectful. He's like, let me grab you a drink, Mike. I'm like, sick. So I get a shot, whatever. We end up at the Star Wars bar. And bro, she's knocked down, falling out drunk. And this is a grown woman. She's falling on the ground, and I'm like, I was like, are you okay? She's with him. Say, yeah. I saw her fall on the ground. I'm like, hey, bud, she's had too much to drink. I'm going to get an Uber back to her place. Oh, she's coming with me. I was like, bro, that's not happening. He punches me. And so I choke slam him through a table, ground and pound him for a good 3 or 4 minutes. And then I came and shot that in the desert. My knee was destroyed.
I remember hearing you talk about that when we were at the Airbnb afterwards.
Yeah. Like it was over nice things, but me and my wife were trying to get back together. She's like, "You're fighting," and I was like, "It wasn't my fault." I just end up in these situations for some dumb reason where I'm like, "Yeah, I'll keep an eye on you." They don't want me to keep an eye. They never do.
Right.
But yeah, that was it. I remember that shoot because my knee was screwed up. I did that, and then I did another shoot after that where I'm in the desert standing above the lead and my knee gave out. So I had to roll over the side. She's like, your knee gave out. I was like, yeah, it did. And so, I mean, yeah, it was a fun year. But no, the guy who did that, Tony the Guide, great guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that
And
name's
Greg
familiar.
Talley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Greg Talley, Tony the Guide. And then we rode down with Cody Newton. He was the one on the camera.
He's a great DP. Totally great. Yeah, really nice guy. I haven't got to work with him again, but I'm sure I will.
We've had him on here a couple times. Yeah, we like him a lot.
Really great guy, really good DP with family values. It's very rare.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the hardest thing in life. And to reach into people, man, the acting business, the directing business, the writing business, it's one of the hardest things in the world. And with the new advances, a lot of it's getting, with writing's changing. Is you used to be able to come to Hollywood, become a writer. I mean, with ChatGPT is going to change everything.
Oh, yeah.
Hell, I'm a sick writer with ChatGPT. you know what I'm saying? But everything's changing a little bit. We have access to all these things. I don't think AI is ever going to replace actors. I think in the mainstream it will for a minute, but I know that indie film is going to play the two. But there's our resistance right there, and people that like film. Shoot, I've shot quite a few movies on film stock. You know what I'm saying? I collected movies. It was a cinephile before I got into acting. Movies were my happy place. My arm, that's Planet of the Apes, homie.
There you go.
This is Doctor Who, a dialect. Another Planet of the Apes tattoo. Star Trek. Boldly Go Where No Man Has Gone Before.
Oh, nice.
It's all movie tattoos. I made decent money. Was able to provide my family with a great education through tattooing. And now in this last half of my life, I'm getting to live out some of my childhood fantasies.
Yeah.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying? And man, I can't tell you. I was in Vegas during the strike, hanging out the side of a window with no harness, shooting left-handed out of a window, bro. It didn't even make the cut. But moments like that.
You're doing what you love.
Like, yeah. Look, this new movie, Night Carnage. This is a vampire werewolf love story.
Yeah, the poster for that looks so sick. Like, I just saw the poster and I was like, this looks so sick.
Vampire werewolf love story. I'm the bad guy. I am part of the Knights, whatever. We have been hunting vampires for hundreds of years. And we trained Van Helsing's great-grandson in this movie, me and Sadie Katz, who plays a police officer. And we're going to kill that vampire till a damn werewolf shows up. So yeah, that's a really fun movie. And if you're a fan of creature features, it's perfect. It's really, I'm glad Lionsgate's finally releasing. We did a couple years ago. I'm really happy about that movie.
When is that one releasing, Mike?
That's the 29th of July.
Okay.
I have another movie with Sadie Katz. The Sadie Katz I'm killing vampires with. I'm trying to kill her and her rider.
Sure.
Now, remember that movie I told you guys about? That first one I did?
Yeah.
Now, that man, that was the beginning of my career. Now, I just did a movie with him called Clutch. And it's very inventive. The DP is amazing. And Christopher Pearson, Michael Marino. This director hit me up and he hit Sadie up. And Sadie's the lead of this movie. And she is fantastic. This movie, I just saw it recently in the theater. And I'm excited as heck for this one. That is July 8th.
Okay.
That's in a couple days.
That one's Clutch?
That's 2 days, yeah.
Yeah. And my buddy, David Josh Lawrence from Glass House Pictures, is distributing that one for me. Thanks, buddy.
Nice.
And on the 13th, I have the premiere of the Protos experiment. The Protos Experiment is a lo-fi sci-fi. I'm super into it's stunning visually. It was a husband and wife team. They are great, crazy, and brilliant all at the same time. I worked 7 days on this movie. I had this movie or a movie with Eric Roberts, where I was going to play his driver, work all 7 days just talking with Eric Roberts. This movie, Protos Experiment, I don't say a word. I am an unthinking killing machine controlled by the colors of light. So and we shot it in a warehouse in downtown LA. 7 days, no insulation, tin ceilings, hot as I lost 10 pounds doing this movie. Hand to God.
That's crazy.
Hand to God. And so that comes out on the 15th worldwide. It's already playing over in England.
Okay.
And it's, you know, it's gotten good reviews, sort of. And it's also based on a book, which the book's already out at Barnes & Noble, Walmart, wherever you want to get it. The author, they rewrote the book around my performance.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
So, and look, I've got all the text messages on, you know, on my wall, I have call sheets. You know what I'm saying? That's how much of a fan I am.
Yeah.
Of this crap. But dude, so that comes out on the 15th, and then a movie, one of the first movies I ever did, ZombieCon. I don't even know if I have lines in this, but you guys know what a masquerade is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's a movie called ZombieCon, and they're trying to do the masquerade. They don't show the leads masquerade. They show mine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And look, it was a great movie. I support the crap out of it. I have a masquerade in this movie playing a Sith Lord. Really funny, fun stuff, great people. Watch it, comes out the 15th too, along with Protos Experiment. Now, on the 21st, I have the Boatyard coming out.
Mm.
The Boatyard, I had 5 billboards, 6 billboards. I had one in Times Square I had 4 in Hollywood for this movie. And yeah, I just want to say I gave everything I had to this. It's a low budget horror, but it's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the water.
Nice.
Ish.
Ish.
But look, I got a lot of freedom with this from the director, Dale Stelly. I even got to come back and do some reshoots that I suggested. There was a real collaborative process on this one. That is streaming overseas right now in England, Germany, and Spain. And that comes on the 21st here. Then on the 29th is Night Carnage. That was directed by Thomas Churchill. Again, see, in every movie, I make something personal. I write some lines and I get them approved. The Flood, I got to rewrite my whole death. And thank you to Brandon Slagle for allowing me to do that and listen to me after lunch. I waited till he ate. I was like, hey, bud, can I talk to you about something? And he half listened to me. He's like, yeah, we'll try both ways. And then we got the set. He's like, go ahead, do your I was like, holy thanks. There was a lot more camera angles.
Alec, you watched The Flood, right?
Yes, I did.
And so what was the original death and what was the death that you proposed?
So literally the death, Randall Bacon kicks me down the hole.
Okay.
Just kicks me in the head. There's no moral decision with a hand slap. I suggested that. I wanted to make you feel bad for Floyd. None of that hand slap existed. None of the moral decision was there for Randall to make. I pitched it to Randall because he was an executive producer on it.
Mm-hmm.
I was not. I'm just a lowly actor. So I pitched it to him, then I pitched it to the director. Everybody was into it. That whole beat got extended, and Floyd the Nazi got a little more emotional depth.
Nice.
But in Night Carnage, I'm wearing a piece of someone's clothing. And I give a small monologue about that. And throughout the movie, I refer back to that piece of clothing, and it's red. And I clear a room with a cross and a baseball bat. I kiss it before going into the room. Every movie has a piece or something that I use as a prop. Thank you, Casper Van Dien. Here's a little story to the character. When it was Death Squad, was a bandana and a name tag. Hello, my name is. Every movie, everything, I try to make a moment with something like that. And that movie, I got it. I got to wear my knee pads that I wear in every YouTube video. I got to wear my gloves. So that was the beginning of Ferguson pulling the character through other movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the brand and whatever it is indistinguishable.
Right.
And it's working. It's working right now. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see where it goes from here.
So you have 5 or 6 coming out all within a few days of each other.
Static Codes. I got to look at the list. I have 6 coming out total.
All
I
within
don't
a
know
few
the
days.
exact dates. Static Codes is another favorite movie of mine. Static Codes came out in 2023. It's a great movie. It is an indie. Look, man, you guys haven't seen it. I should have sent you a screener. I play a door-to-door Christian door knocker. Or at least you think I am. The movie centers around a conspiracy theorist, a government assistant who's an alcoholic. I'm his only friend in the world that comes to visit him. And it turns out everything he's paranoid about is real. His wife was taken by aliens. I'm a government agent. And we had Taryn Manning, Jaime Savalas, a lot of really good actors and characters. Sadie Katz is in this movie with me again. Okay. It's all the same players.
Yeah.
The people, the DP for Amityville Uprising and for Night Carnage is the same DP and director
For Static Codes.
They're all the same people. It's the same people I've been working with for years.
Amityville Uprising. I pulled that up on my computer earlier. I'm gonna watch that one tonight.
Well, let me tell you about that movie. It's got a great poster. That was a 10-day shoot. We lost a day on it. Tom, the director, had a health problem. And so we had to lose a day. And I was going to finish filming that Western that got cut short during COVID. Remember, I went up going.
Yeah.
So I had to go finish that. So I literally lost a whole day on that movie. But that was Mitch directed it. That movie did the best out of all the Amityville movies, streaming wise. It had a great poster. It's a fun little movie. It was licensed by Peacock. It was licensed by Stars. Every year, it's had a new life. So I want to thank you to Lionsgate and Tom for putting me in that movie and that damn poster. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I want to say. You know what I'm saying? But I've worked with those same people to this point. You know what I'm saying? It's the same people, same friends.
Right.
Same teams I've worked with just over and over again. And the bad ones weed themselves out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just like anything. There's people who waste your time and waste everybody's time. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're just trying to figure it out. But they'll slow the process down sometimes.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that's okay, too. Everybody's got a different way they're going to do this, the way they're going to learn on it. The way I know is the way I know. And it seems to be working right now. And I stay really busy. And I thank God for that. You know? I don't take any of this for granted. That's why I got to talk to people like you, and that's why I got to do an audition for something I don't necessarily want to do, you know, because my manager wants me to do it or something else like that. I mean, It's funny. I get in arguments with my manager quite a bit. He'll come with me. I'm like, that's terrible pay. I don't want to do it. Well, this person's there. I was like, okay, I'll shut up. Let me audition.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's it sometimes. It's being an adult enough to know nothing happens all at once. You gotta have, in anything you do, you have to put enough time into it for people to recognize that it wasn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's really changed now. Is like when I grew up, everything was cable, everything was network, and my tunnel was very narrow. You know what I'm saying, of what I saw. Now kids have phone in their pocket. They got everything. There is literally nothing, and that's why legacy media is suffering so bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a time to change it up a little bit, to look at other forms, why things are popular. You know, Hollywood now makes $100 million movie, and they have to spend $100 million to try to make 3. That's their model, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? These people aren't popular. The people that we thought were famous, they're not. if they've got to spend $150 million to advertise a movie, none of those people are famous. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's just how fame works. That's how streaming. That's how the whole world works. So and that's, you know, I mean, look, it's great, and I want to say this: it's great that CM Punk gets $8 million from WWE, and I had to look that up. That's what I'm telling you. And it's great that he got paid a little more than me in the movie, but at the end of the day, for 2 days, 20 children waited in the projects to get autographs and pictures with me, not with him. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference in the change.
And that has value.
That has enormous value.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the producers and nobody knew about my YouTube. And so I'm walking back to trailer at the end of the night, and I got to go in and sign out on the SAG sheet. And they're like, Mike, what was that? What's this? And they're showing me all the videos. I was like, yeah, I'm super over. I'm like, all the wrestling terms, I'm bigger than Hulk was back in the day. And it's just, and they were like sick. And I've went and had drinks and food with those producers and directors since.
Yeah.
I got to work with a really talented director, Ryan Prowse. And he is the director of Night Patrol. It's the same team that brought the VHS movies to him.
Yeah.
So I was in VHS Beyond. I met that producer down the street from my house at a nice ale house called Harvard and Stone. And Glenn Danzig was there. I drop all these names because it's funny. I just walk into this place. Glenn's manager knows who I am. Mike, come up here. Takes me to VIP. Introduces me to this producer. And I do 2 movies for him.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's how Hollywood works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as you're not weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The weirdest thing I do is I drink a lot of coffee and shoot tons of gum. You know?
So, I remember one of the first things that I ever saw you in, and is a pretty big film, was Bullet Train. And I remember, like, I went and watched that movie back, like, when it first came out, and I think that might have been before I met you. And so, but then my little brother, Alec, he watched it, and he was like, did you see Mike in there? And I was like, really? And I, like, went back and watched it, and I saw you in there, and I was like, that's so cool. So, like, I'm just wondering, like, what was it like being on that set versus like indie film sets and stuff like that?
I was on Bullet Train. I was in Birds of Prey.
That's right. You were.
Yeah. So I did a movie called The Last Deal, which did really well. I shot that in August 2020 during the COVID outbreak. It was with a very famous stuntman, Sala Baker, who is in a lot of Netflix shows. He was the voice of Lord Sauron. He's my boss in that. And Anthony Molinari, he was the lead of that, and I was supporting him in that. They are famous stunt people. So when Bullet Train came up, they're like, hey, Mike, we need to get a hold of this person, blah, blah, blah. Amityville Uprising was pushed in December 2020 to 21 because the director had COVID. So the COVID stuff was crazy back in 2020. So for this movie, where it differed was literally I had to get a test, wait 7 hours before I could even enter the set.
Wow.
Then we had to wear face shields. So I was on that 3 days. And this was on the biggest blue screen I've ever seen. I think it was Sony Studios. They built a full concrete subway station, a full train that they could move by hand on a maglev. So that's a little bit different. There was on the bigger ones, there's too many hands in the mix. I watched Ewan McGregor give this beautiful monologue all day long on Birds of Prey. They cut it down for a couple sentences. And literally, it's too many hands involved in it. You got your video bays with executives, and they all have too much decisions. That's what's the problem with Hollywood, is that literally there's too many hands on it. They're too out of touch with what's going on in the world. Same thing with the distributors. And I'm helping them figure it out real quick. But look, what did I see at Bullet Train is different. The money that's wasted. And that's the difference. And that's really what I'm saying. Look, I was on Birds of Prey for 7 days, 6 days. They fed lobster to 500 people in prime rib. How ridiculous is that? You know what I'm saying? It's the gluttony of what was. Look, man, here's the thing is there's so many middlemen that got involved in business, especially crew. Look, AI is changing all that. It's like lighting can be changed, audio can be changed in post. It's making crews smaller.
Yeah.
It's not, directors aren't going to be taken out of the mix yet, you know what I'm saying, eventually. But that's what's changing. It's the crew and things like that. You can change lighting, you can change sound, you can even you can take things away super easy. And that's what's really happening is a lot of middlemen are getting pulled out. So now you have the artists and the creators working together. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I think, is a little cooler than a grip that makes way more than the actor on screen.
Yeah.
Because I've worked crew guys, trust me. I worked transportation. I've worked every position, grip. I've done everything. And I know those jobs are hard, but when they're getting paid more than the actors, than the talent that are bringing the heat, then we've come to a problem now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's look. Here's the thing: is that's cool if you want 1 million or 2 million views. That's for network television. Now, gone are the days of Friends. That's YouTube. You know what I'm saying? 25 million views per episode. What we're out now is 1 million. You know what I mean? And that ain't enough for a $10 million budget. Ad space is the same amount as on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the brands are leaving. The brands are leaving. Look, if you look what just happened to Paramount, Skydance or whatever it is, they're taking it over in the lots for sale for $50 million. You know what I'm saying? But don't fret. That means the corporate's getting pulled out of it, and that's okay. They're going to model. They're going to make it into one, and it's probably what's going to happen. It's nothing to be upset about. What's going to be great is that you, your dad, and your brother, the next 6 months could probably make a movie by yourselves. Do all the post work yourselves.
Oh yeah.
Do everything. Create. Look, first movie I did really bad called Devil's Heist. That poor guy lost his house making that movie. I stayed with him all the way to the end. It cost him another $5,000 just to remove the audio, the voice, the speaking track, so it could have an enemy track. Remove that so you put other languages on it. That cost him $5,000.
Man,
that's $100 now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's $100. So, yeah, I think it's refreshing to see what we have more power and more control than studio or network. And it's at our fingertips.
Yeah.
Is they can't get hit shows. They got to spend a lot of money on advertising, all that stuff. And if you're spending $30 million to get 1 million viewers, you've lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all that's happening.
$1 million a
And
viewer.
a lot of these companies have been allowed to do this because they're publicly traded companies. So the pyramid scams. So they just keep selling shares, keep selling a dream. Now Disney got hit. Mandalorian, they had to report their watch hours. They had to report their watch minutes or whatever, however they do it. They lost 1 million subscribers. Mandalorian, the highest viewed show. How many views?
I'm gonna guess 20.
8 million.
8 million.
So what's popular isn't what you think it is. And that paradigm is changing more and more. It's almost like the Matrix. Everything we just saw, what we thought was big was because it was the tunnel we were in. And I think that we're having a new revolution with actors, artists, comedians. I did a movie with Static Codes with Joe Young Summers. She is an amazingly funny comedian actress. She she tours nonstop, and she blew up on TikTok. It wasn't a movie studio. It wasn't anything else. She blew up on TikTok, then took over Instagram, now has a YouTube. She owns 2 comedy clubs, and this is all within a couple of years.
Wow.
Welcome to the new world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's good. It's in our hands.
It's just happening a different way now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's happening a different way that we can control. So you look at it, you guys saw on my Instagram, I got for my pilot that went viral. That went viral on TikTok. I got 87,000 followers from it.
Wow.
That was 4 years ago. Well, I got all the swear words out because you don't need to swear. But they wanted 2 slip through. I reposted it, and it's at 3 million, 4 million views right now on Instagram. And it's since the 25th. And it's not rocket science. It's replication.
Right.
And it's figuring out how to do it your artistic way or with the hammer of God, however you do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, my YouTube stuff, I'm a pretty violent guy. I hunt secret rooms and I beat people up. But kids still love me. You know, it's a
Yeah.
G-rated work. I don't gamble. I don't have any weird things like that. I just make content, man, nonstop. I mean, that's the thing. Right now, we're making content, which is great. And like I said, I've turned down a ton of bigger podcasts. But when I saw it was family run and it's not manipulating the algorithm yet, I was like, yes.
Yeah. We'll get there.
I mean, that's the thing is everybody does. I mean, that's the thing. But you got to be as honest as you can because there's so much dishonesty with everything in the world.
Yeah.
It's what you see is what you get with me. I was a tattoo artist for 30 years, so I have so many tattoos. I act like a maniac because I was never allowed to because I had kids. So I in all these movies I can act like a maniac, which is great. And movies were my first love. My childhood, I could run to movies. You know what I'm saying? I could escape to movies, television. I've got Dead by Dawn from Evil Dead 2 tattooed on the top of my hand. I skateboarded down to the mall to see that movie with my brother, and it was NC-17. I had to sneak in. But those are the memories I have. You know what I mean? And I tattooed them on my body because they were important to me. Now, I'm not saying anybody should get tattoos because I think they're a little foolish now. And I've lived them all this time. But look, man, here's the thing: the movies made an impression on me that lasted forever.
Yeah.
What's his name from Big Trouble in Little China? I just keep referring to him. Good-natured, honest guy. You know what I'm saying? And that was his character, Jack Burton.
Oh yeah, Kurt Russell.
Yeah. And a little rough around the edges, but a guy you like to have a beer with. I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I want to be Jack Burton. You know, I get to give some great one-liners in this what's called Night Carnage. I literally have to go hand to hand with a werewolf. I stake her with a stake I was going to get with a vampire. She knows cells. Get her in the shoulder, sink it in. I tell her to bite me or eat me or some crap.
Right. Yeah.
And of course she does. But they gave me moments like that. Homages to my favorite movies. You know what I'm saying? Some of it's cringy, some of it's not.
Right.
But what's life without taking those cringy swings? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think what's awesome is, like you said, movies inspired you and you've stuck with it since you were a kid. It's become who you are. It's on your body. It's in your body. You have made your life around the movies you grew up on and the movies you create now, and that's special.
Yeah. Bro, I watch Conan the Barbarian every day. I can pick apart that movie and apply it to my life. I've got Mad Max 2, another one of my favorite movies. And I can apply things to that in my life. You know, here's the thing is it, and God bless everybody from those movies, those things, that's what got me through. Is even the bad times here, like, I'll feel a little sorry for myself. Damn, I work nonstop. I walk up the stairs of my apartment, and I look at the Hollywood sign in the Griffin Observatory above my pool and grill. I'm like, this is what I'm doing this for. You know, I'm not living in some plush, lavish place, but I'm in the center of the world for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it reads through in some of my performances from the YouTube. Like, I'm giving my all a lot of this time. A lot of the time to these YouTube channels. Like, I get hurt. I don't know if you guys saw the Topper Gill video where I jumped off that 40-foot platform. I'm scared of heights. So they hit me up, Mike, will you do this? I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. And I show up in Riverside, which is like 2 hours away. It's an Olympic diving thing. It's so high. They have a bubbler underneath to break the surface so you don't get hurt.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I'm going to wear my boots. So I got to do like 10 minutes worth of bits up there that they cut out. I'm up there with Topper's dad. That's his real life dad. On the show in that episode. And he chickens out and I jump. Well, I panicked. I screwed up on a stunt. People do it. I did it. I'm going up like this. I have both arms up, and I dropped this arm down to about here. When it hit, it ripped it up over my head, ripped my pec and my bicep.
Oh, man.
That was 5-6 weeks ago. Video's already up. You can see it actually on my Instagram. And I came up and I cut part out where I think I ripped my pec.
Oh man.
So I get out and it's weird feeling. It's super weird feeling. I go to the doctor and they want to do an MRI. I'm like, I'm not paying for that. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to Mata. He's an ex-WWE wrestler. We checked my attendance. My bicep, where it's all white here, the tattooing, went all solid black.
Dang.
I still worked. I didn't stop. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing I could do medically. I for the past week have been lifting 50 pounds doing pecs, pec back, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To rehab it myself. And yeah, man, I mean, look, I'm 53. I'm not getting any younger, and I still like to do stunts. My wife tells me I'm an idiot. My friends are like, stop it. I'm like, you know?
Do what you love.
I mean, look, go ahead.
You do what you love.
Yeah. Look, I've taken it down a notch. I did just fight a WWE guy, 6'5", on a slant board, holding onto a rope. I took 3 bumps and a kick to the chest. He took 2 bumps. but when could I ever say that in my life?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll be on YouTube this next Saturday or the Saturday after that. And that's the thing, guys. You guys can do anything from anywhere. Hollywood's not the key to the business anymore. The key to the business in your pocket. It's called an iPhone. It's called whatever you're filming this on. And I think that's what's so exciting about entertainment these days. And there's going to still be the indie movies and the cool horror movies. And still some horror movies from studios. Some cool ones.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be like it is before, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? The number one streaming platform on the planet is YouTube. Netflix is a little bit behind it, a lot behind it. YouTube has 2 billion. Netflix has 450,000, maybe 400. Amazon, 100,000.
Man.
That's not nothing.
Yeah.
They don't need subscribers to make money. Neither does Netflix does. But Amazon does so much hosting. That's what they make all their money off of, is their memories, the computer banks. That's where they make all their money on. And then the stores, they make a ton of money on that. So the content's just a plus. Because 181, you can write off all your debt on taxes with movies that qualify. Amazing. So, I mean, there's, like Apple TV has like 59 million. Apple TV is still making, with all A-list talent, they're making they're swinging wide because it's Apple. You know what I'm saying? But again, they're very small. There's 8 billion people on the planet. There's only 59 million subscribers on Apple. You know? So I'm working on all of them. And I'm going to keep grinding until I can't no more. And the thing is just, I'm happy, man. Like, my worst day on set is insanely good. I'm eating cool food, catered lunches.
You're meeting cool people. You're meeting cool people.
Yeah. I'm collaborating. I'm like, I don't like this. Can I say this? Or this doesn't feel right. Oh, yeah. Cool, Mike. Sick. I'm collaborating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's I'm very happy to be that at 53 years old.
Oh, absolutely.
And still want people that want to hire me, and kids want to come up and take pictures with me. I think it's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, so for all the people that are going to be listening to this podcast, you can look up Mike Ferguson. It sounds like on just about everything. You're going to find him everywhere.
Just Google me.
Just Google Mike Ferguson.
Google Mike Ferguson, and you're going to find him. Yeah.
You're going to find everything. Yeah, just Google me. It's easy. You can find me on 8 platforms. And here's the thing. Everybody listening out there, don't let anybody tell you can't do something. You want to be a movie star? Start filming at home with your iPhone. Get your friends together. That's the new future for all of entertainment, is user created content and other people watching that. I really think that's more. We're going to have movies still, but they're not going to be like they were. They're not going to have $400 million budgets with 17 million opening weekend. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that's what we got right now. I mean, it's not that drastic, but the new Pixar movie did that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just they're just aloof from what's going on, and that's a lot of the executives at most of the things and most of the people involved with movie financing. But that's okay. We're gonna make it through, and we're gonna keep making cool stuff.
Right.
homages and new content. That's not all remakes. I don't know if you guys saw it. Look, have you seen the remake trailer for The Running Man?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Give me your opinion.
I mean, I'm a huge Edgar Wright fan. He's my favorite director, so I mean, it looks very Hollywood when you look at the trailer. Like all action trailers look the same, I think, for big budget Hollywood
I really
movies.
don't like that lead. I think they should have went with somebody else. He's not over. I saw Twister 2. The movie Hitman sold for $20 million. Nobody watched that movie. My buddy was in it. My friend Mike Markoff was in Hitman. Well, I don't with that guy. They've been pumping so much money into that.
That's
He
funny.
ain't making money.
Yeah, that's
It's
funny.
like
It's funny that you say that because I kind of felt the same way. I'm not super fond of him for some reason.
He looks like
No
a
one is.
capybara is the thing.
Yeah.
he's nobody is. That's the thing. Like Twister 2 was an entertaining movie, but he wasn't the entertaining part about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hitman wasn't acting real. It wasn't that great. Like it's kind of a one-note show. And my buddies in that, God bless him, Mike Markoff, amazing actor. Learned a lot from him. But that guy, I was really disappointed to see who they casted for that. And it's a much different vibe. I really like the neon electric of the
Original. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was the ludicrousness of it. It was definitely ludicrous in an 80s, 90s way.
Right.
And I think that they should have tipped their hat a little more to it instead of playing it through with a guy that people don't really like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. We're gonna see it play out. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested to see what they're throwing at the wall right now. Did you guys see that zombie Disney show, the musical?
No.
I did not.
I haven't even heard of
Zombie
it.
vampire thing. Like it's a full-on musical, man. There's billboards for it in Hollywood. I'm just crazy to see the numbers. You know what I'm saying? And I like musicals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this was weird. This was real weird.
Yeah.
Like I really like musicals. They have a lot of off-Broadway stuff. I literally just walk up the street and watch it. I've seen all kinds of things. And, you know what I'm saying? Like literally less than 2 miles. So I'm in a really good spot to see all kinds of theater and all kinds of stuff
Oh,
here.
yeah.
And
That's
it's very
cool.
enjoyable. Yeah.
Nice.
So you guys are in Idaho.
Yes.
We are in Idaho, just around Boise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a film scene there? I think so.
We got like a kind of
a
small,
small one, yeah.
Cody Newton is like the lead. Like
He's the biggest guy in
he's
Idaho.
the biggest
pretty
guy in
much.
Idaho.
He gets out of Idaho. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I
But he
think
doesn't have to. I mean, and literally, you guys can make stuff there, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Idaho, the indie scene is growing, and
Yeah.
I've noticed it's growing in the Utah area,
Yeah.
and
for
so
sure.
kind of this area I think is going to
Yeah.
kind of get big. Yeah.
I really think so. I really think so. I know some people in that area too, and they're talking about putting money into that area. I mean, that's my whole job is to figure out where it's going. You know what I mean?
Right.
And with numbers, streaming, and all that, and why things work. And California was just, so what? We get sun all year round. There's no reason. It's just too expensive here. I've been looking at maybe going to the south, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta seems like it's got a good thing going on, but I don't need to rely on Atlanta's market, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, Hollywood's great, but I don't think I'm going to stay here to another 10 years. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's opening up everywhere else.
Yeah, like you were saying, if you can do it anywhere, then you don't have to stay where people think it is. You can go and make it where it is anywhere.
The YouTubers I started on, they live in North Carolina now.
There you
know
go.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's Mr. Beast has it literally based out of his studios around in North Carolina. So I mean, yeah, it's wherever you want it to be. I mean, that's the beauty of it. And you know what's great is we're going to see a lot more homages to the movies I love, the 80s and 90s, and were some of the greatest times for horror, action. I still think 2000s had their times ish. But I think as we moved more into that future, we saw the decline of entertainment. The legacy entertainment was 2000s, literally over that. And I think the final was in the 2020s, the beginning.
Yeah.
That's when everybody started creating their own apps and their own streaming services, and it just fragmented everybody too much. What service? You know what? I use YouTube to figure out how to work on my car, how to fix my fridge, work on the oven, whatever I need to work on. I use YouTube.
Yeah,
Perform heart surgery.
You can find everything there.
Yeah. Doesn't mean it's right, but you're gonna find it on there. That's the fun thing about this whole new world, man. Like I said, look, movies are always going to be important. In horror, we're going to see. Look, I was disappointed how bad Mad Max failed. Did you guys see the new Mad Max?
No.
Is that the Furiosa or the Fury Road?
Furiosa.
I did not see
Haven't seen
Furiosa.
that one.
No.
Guys, it is beautiful. The cinematography is great. Chris Evans or whatever his name, Helmsworth, his acting choices were weird. But it was so visually stunning. If you get a chance, it's not a bad movie. It was a good movie. Madam Web was a bad movie. Furiosa is actually a really good movie.
Okay.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I'm so surprised that it did so bad. You know what I mean? Like it lost hundreds of millions.
Yeah. It's hard. It's like movies are having a hard time capturing their audience if they're not like a Marvel movie. Everyone wants to see Marvel-esque movies now, and it's like...
No, they don't. No, they don't. Thunderbolts just prove that. That's not real at all. You know what I'm saying? So Thunderbolts just proved that. That was a couple years ago. They don't know what it is. It's literally Thunderbolts just failed. And that John Wick ballerina movie failed. With him in it. So the old ways literally
it's
aren't
going
working
out.
the same way they did a year or two ago. So it's just look at the money, man. I mean, literally that's still judge where the business is going. Lionsgate just put they just put Conan for free on YouTube. All their old movies go to the Lionsgate channel. The trailers, all their old movies are being uploaded to there.
Wow.
So you just got to watch some commercials. But that's the way the future is going. Is there's 2 billion people access. There's more people that access to that than Hulu or Netflix. So, and it's free. You know what I mean? And so the videos I'm doing they're transcribed in 20 different languages day one.
Yeah.
Where movies were regionally rolled out. But look, man, like I said, is that our jobs as actors now is to know these numbers and know why it's working. Directors, all that. And we've got people that are stuck in the old rinse and repeat cycle. Acting school, college, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
None of that is even an option, really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's changed that drastic.
Well, that's what happens. Things change and they evolve, and you got to change and evolve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thank God that I'm able to.
Yeah.
You know, because I talked to my parents, they're 80 years old. They didn't get rid of their cable. They didn't get rid of all that. But, you know, they're living their life. And they get what show doing or whatever, but everybody else is doing something different now. And I want to be part of that.
That's right. So before we wrap up here, Mike, I had read a quote, and it was from you.
Yeah.
If you're going to be dumb, you've got to be tough.
Yeah.
And I'm extra tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I read that and I thought, okay, so here's a self-aware man.
And look, I've done everything the wrong way most of the time. So the only reason why I didn't know how to do it the right way because I did it the wrong way.
That's right. Awesome.
And I just kept trying. That's it.
That's what you do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. It was so awesome talking with you, Mike, and catching up.
Guys, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And again, anytime you guys want to have me back, hit me up. If you guys want to talk to anybody, like I know David Mitch Parks, he's a director, filmmaker who's currently working inside. He's doing the Return of the Living Dead direct sequel right now with Leanna Quigley.
Oh,
he is filming nonstop.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to stay in touch with you. Absolutely. Yeah.
Great.
So that'll be good.
All right, guys. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much.
Before you go, Mike, I just want to say I haven't said much during this because I haven't had a whole lot to say. But there's one thing that always comes up pretty often, usually when Nicholas and then our other brother Tabor and I are talking. And it's when we were on that shoot in...
With Tony DeGuide.
With Tony DeGuide. I think it was like during breakfast. This is like the first thing that comes to mind when I think of you is you were talking to someone and we didn't have the context of what was going on in your conversation. We were talking about something else. And then we just heard you say, so anyway, Dolph Lundgren's cutting my boy's head off. And we all looked at each other and we were like, did Dolph Lundgren kill Mike Ferguson's like son or something? Like,
No.
we didn't know until after that it was a reference to Showdown at the Grand. But
Yeah.
In the moment, though,
in the
we
moment,
were just like,
we were just like, what did he just?
What did Dolph Lundgren do?
Yeah, and Dolph Lundgren murked somebody, and I just stood and watched. Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's right.
Over breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's so great, man.
Well, this has been
So
good.
again, thank you guys so much.
thank you,
Yeah, thank
sir.
you for coming on. This was great.
All right, guys, thank you.
You want to outro me out?
Oh yeah. All right.
And we're gone. Thanks for listening to My Dad's Movie Podcast. We had a lot of fun creating it, and we hope you enjoyed it.
For more content, please check us out at Facebook and YouTube at My Dad's Movie Podcast, or visit our website, mydadsmoviepodcast.com.
And always, if you'd like to help support us, please check out our Patreon at My Dad's Movie Podcast.
Thanks for listening, everybody.